Hello everyone, welcome to ScyllaDB Cloud, recent releases and future roadmap. Me and Michael Hollander will be our hosts. My name is Zlatoustov. I'm product manager in ScyllaDB Cloud, and my main focus here is cloud infrastructure, security, and privacy. A little bit history about me. I was building and selling database products all my life, first as developer, later as sales and product management. Now I'm shaping the right cloud database products in ScyllaDB. Outside of work, I'm passionate about new technologies, wearable technologies, 3D printing, strategic games, and I'm coffee addict. Together with Michael Hollander, we are shaping the future of ScyllaDB Cloud.
Hi everyone, my name is Michael Hollander, and along with Ivan, I'm leading the ScyllaDB Cloud product. At ScyllaDB, my main focus is on metering, billing, and user management. Before ScyllaDB, I led product at B2B developer tool companies like Swim and Mend, where I worked on tools designed to improve developer productivity. Earlier in my career, I was a full-stack developer at both startups and enterprises, so I've experienced firsthand the challenges of scaling systems, optimizing performance, and maintaining reliability in production. Outside of work, I'm an avid skier. I try to get out to the mountains whenever I can, so whether it's in Europe or North America. So now let's get into it. So in this session, we'll walk through the major product improvements we've made in ScyllaDB Cloud since the last summit last year, and we'll give you a glimpse of what's coming in 2025. Let's start by looking at what we delivered in 2024, beginning with privacy and compliance.
ScyllaDB Cloud is not just speed and availability. We place special emphasis on privacy and security for our customers. We offer complete end-to-end encryption to help with the privacy of the customer applications. And last year, we added transparent database level encryption with customer managed encryption keys. That brings the privacy on another level, ensuring the data is encrypted everywhere it is stored, including the backups. ScyllaDB undergoes regular independent third-party audits to confirm that we meet the most strict industry standards for compliance. We are not only maintaining those standards, but also improving our compliance, adding more and more important regulations. And early 2024, we achieved compliance with the PCI DSS, and we are certified as such. ScyllaDB Cloud is leveraging the latest version of ScyllaDB Enterprise Edition, which is 2024.2. It introduces several significant enhancements aimed at improving scalability, performance, and operational efficiency. It supports heterogeneous clusters, enhanced network compression, which allows to reduce the network cost up to 70%. And here you can see comparison between uncompressed data, what Cassandra is achieving, and what we are achieving with Z standard compression, ZSTD. We also added new options for network connectivity for our private cluster connections. ScyllaDB Cloud already supported VPC peering before, but VPC peering is a great and secure way to connect to ScyllaDB Cloud for simple network configurations. With getting complexity in the configurations and maintaining those, you need different tools, and that's why we are offering to our customers Transit Gateway connection. Transit Gateway provides different way to connect to the network components. It implements a hub and spoke architecture and making it more scalable and allowing for setup and maintenance of even more advanced configuration. Another network configuration tool offers flexibility in deploying new clusters, especially for development and test environments. It is possible to predefine the network configuration and then just deploy the clusters in these existing configurations. This will make provisioning of more than one cluster or data center in the network configuration very easy. In addition, we now support bring your own account for Google Cloud Platform. Welcome Google Cloud customers. Bring your own account is a popular feature in ScyllaDB Cloud. It provides flexibility to run ScyllaDB clusters in the customer own account or cloud account. It allows for better cost control, adherence to more specific compliance standards, for example, the ones that require deployment of the clusters in specific infrastructure. And this was a quick overview of all the infrastructure and security changes we made since the last year Monster Summit.
The next thing we've enhanced is control over maintenance scheduling. Previously, maintenance schedules were set by default, which might not always align with your operational needs. And so now you can configure specific time slots ahead of launching a cluster, either via the UI or via API, ensuring that updates happen at the most convenient times for your business. And this allows you to schedule maintenance during low traffic periods and prevents unexpected downtime during critical business hours. The next enhancement is designed to give you greater visibility into your cluster resource consumption. With the usage dashboard, you now have real-time monitoring of your cluster nodes consumption, which helps you stay on top of usage trends as they happen. You can also track how much backup data is stored over time and analyze the distribution of network data transfer by network type, giving you a clearer picture of where your resources are being used. And beyond real-time monitoring, the dashboard also provides access to historical data, allowing you to track usage patterns and detect changes over time. Now that we've covered the major improvements for 2024, let's take a look at what's coming in 2025 for ScyllaDB Cloud.
So the highlight of 2025 is ScyllaDB X Cloud. It's a new cloud feature we will offer alongside existing cloud clusters. It builds on many advanced features introduced in ScyllaDB 2025.1 and even some previous releases. It includes tablets, faster scaling and topology changes, optimized operations for small tablets, file-based streamings, and support for heterogeneous clusters. For cloud, this means that based on those versions, we can offer serverless-like operation. It allows for faster cluster provisioning, ability to quickly and reliably scale ScyllaDB clusters just in time and under the load. Adding instance of any supported type and size is also something that is very useful. And great increase in the usable disk capacity for the database, which drives down the costs. Another cost-efficient feature will be S3 backup and restore and tiered storage. And we have some good numbers to show. So the improvements of the booting times are up to 60%. We also have managed to improve the scalability with significant amount, 26% for the scale out, and for scaling is even more, it's 40% better. And when the things are compared to when they're under load, we have 25 times improvement in the times when the clusters are full with data, which is most of them. For more details about those this feature and this improvement, you can follow the presentations from Matthias He from Monster Summit. Another improvement is in the storage utilization. As I said earlier, we managed to achieve 28%, more than 28% storage utilization, which drives down the cost you pay for storage. And for deeper cover of the whole feature ScyllaDB X Cloud, I recommend watching the presentations held by Dor and Zach earlier on Monster Summit. Both are covering ScyllaDB X Cloud in deeper detail. And now to another topic, cloud service provider support. We support ScyllaDB clusters deployed on AWS and GCP for quite some time. Those are the largest cloud provider in the industry, 2.6 million and 1 million according to HG site research from 2024. This year, we are adding to the mix Microsoft Azure to provide the same capabilities for those 345,000 customers that Microsoft Azure have on their cloud. Another popular demand feature we would like to have in 2025 is private link support. It's another secure connectivity option that allows you to connect between the clusters. Private link is recommended by the major cloud service provider and the security organizations for secure way to privately connect to the cloud services such as ScyllaDB Cloud. It allows additional security between application and the database level, which might be desired in some special use cases. In 2025, we would like to support Private Link and Private Service Connect to extend our private network connectivity options. Despite those, in addition to those flexibility features that I talked earlier, we would like to add more flexibility to our network setups. So, although we recommend deploying clusters across multiple availability zones, as you can see on the picture on the slide, which is also the default deployment for ScyllaDB Cloud, we are offering another option that might be good for different use cases. And because in reality, interruptions in the availability zone are very rare, for non-production environment, performance and cost savings can be more important than the high availability. And to help customers optimize variable cost, we are introducing a feature that allows deployment of an entire cluster or data center in a single zone, as you can see on the picture. They are all in US East 1. This is cost efficient, but it comes on the compromise of the high availability. So in the event of AZ failure, availability zone failure, then entire cluster will become inaccessible, and that's why we are recommending to do this only for test environment and QA environment. And now Michael will tell you more about the upcoming billing features.
So we focused on making pricing more flexible and transparent, ensuring customers have the right options to match their workload and budget needs. To support different usage patterns, we've structured our pricing plans and payment options to provide flexibility while keeping cost efficiency in mind. In addition to flexible pricing, we're also introducing improvements in how customers manage their contracts. One key enhancement is self-service contracts management, which allows customers to assign contracts to specific clusters within the platform. And this makes it easier to track contract usage and ensures the right agreements are applied to the correct workloads. Let's first look at our pricing plans and payment models, and then we'll dive into the self-service contract management capabilities. So ScyllaDB Cloud offers 3 different plans, each designed to support different types of workloads. The first one is the standard plan, ideal for production workloads that require a fully managed database without additional complexity. The second one, professional plan, designed for mission-critical workloads, providing bring your own account and dedicated Slack access for faster issue resolution. And lastly, premium plan, which provides the highest level of security and flexibility and includes advanced support and the ability to make dynamic deployment changes anytime. So beyond plan selection, we also offer flexible payment options, so customers can choose the model that best suits their budget and commitment level. The first one, on demand, it's a pay-as-you-go model with no long-term commitment, and this offers the most flexibility but comes at the highest cost per unit. Flex credits lets customers prepay for usage at a discounted rate, providing a balance between flexibility and cost savings. credits can be applied to compute, network, and backup usage, making them a great option for organizations with predictable workloads. And reserved, which is the most cost-effective option, lets customers commit to a full year, securing the lowest possible rates. By offering multiple plans and payment models, we aim to provide customers with the flexibility to scale their workloads efficiently while managing costs in an effective way. Now that we've covered the different pricing plans and payment options, let's take a closer look at how you can optimize costs based on your workload patterns. The first option is reserved capacity, which offers the most cost-effective pricing across all our plans. With this option, customers commit to a set amount of cluster nodes or machines for an annual term. This guarantees capacity availability while significantly reducing costs compared to on-demand pricing. Reserved capacity is ideal for workloads with steady, predictable usage. So if your cluster size remains relatively stable over time, this option allows you to optimize spending without worrying too much about fluctuating costs. Next, we have the hybrid model, reserved plus on-demand, which balances cost savings with flexibility. So with this approach, you commit to a baseline level of reserved capacity, ensuring you lock in lower rates for a portion of your workload. However, if your usage exceeds that baseline, due to sudden traffic spikes or unexpected demand, you can seamlessly scale up using on-demand capacity, which is billed at an hourly rate. And this model is useful for businesses that have relatively stable usage, but need the ability to handle unpredictable peaks without overcommitting to a fixed capacity. So it provides the security of reserved pricing, while maintaining the flexibility to scale on demand when necessary. And another hybrid model we offer is reserved plus flex credits, which provides a more cost-efficient way to handle seasonal or event-driven spikes, for example. And with this model, you still commit to a baseline reserved capacity at the lowest possible cost. However, instead of relying on on-demand pricing for peak usage, you can pre-purchase flex credits at a discount, which applies specifically to compute usage. Flex credits can also be used for network and backup usage, but those costs will remain at the standard cloud provider rates. So this model is basically ideal for companies with predictable peak periods, such as seasonal demand spikes or planned high traffic events, which allows them to optimize spending while maintaining flexibility. So to summarize the different pricing models that I mentioned, on-demand provides maximum flexibility but at the highest cost. Reserved capacity offers the lowest cost but requires a long-term commitment. And flex credit acts as a middle ground, allowing you to prepay for additional capacity at a discount, making it ideal for predictable workload spikes. So by choosing the right mix of these models, you can optimize both cost and scalability for your workloads on ScyllaDB Cloud. Now, as part of our ongoing improvements to billing and cost management, we are going to introduce self-service contracts management, giving customers full control over how their contracts are applied to their clusters. So with this feature, you will be able to view and manage all contract line items directly in the platform, ensuring full transparency into your contract details and usage. But more importantly, you will be able to assign contracts to new clusters, when scaling existing clusters, or to reassign them at any time to optimize cost efficiency. And this flexibility allows you to ensure that your contract terms align with your actual workload needs. So the two key benefits of this feature are, first, transparency. You get complete visibility into contract details and how they are applied. And secondly, flexibility. You can move contracts between clusters. And this means that as your infrastructure scales or shifts, you can always make sure your contracts are being used in the most cost-effective way possible. And here's a look at what's coming in the UI for self-service contracts management. This interface gives you control over which billing option you want to apply to every cluster, whether at creation or during a resize or at any point in time. You can see existing contracts, assign them to specific clusters, or opt for on-demand pricing if needed. And this ensures you're always applying the most cost-effective billing method for your workload. So with this level of control, customers can make real-time adjustments based on their evolving infrastructure needs. Now, Ivan will tell you about some of the additional services we're building to complement ScyllaDB Cloud.
ScyllaDB Cloud is built for resilience. However, in certain scenarios, simulating disaster conditions can be useful. This is often used to evaluate how the rest of your application stack can handle such simulated disasters. Useful for service continuity management, ITSM, validating disaster recovery plans, or simply to test the application stability in the QA processes. In cloud services, ScyllaDB Cloud, customer cannot just pull the plug of the clusters. They don't have access, and we are not allowing it because we are built for resilience. We are helping them to do that using these services. This can be dangerous and we put some guardrails to prevent this from happening by accident. And to help us with that, we are introducing this service that allow you to invoke an API and call this guy. And he can help you with that. So here, those clusters are marked as test, as you can see, and you can simulate disasters happening there. This cluster, the cluster in Africa, is not marked as test, so the monkey wrench couldn't do any harm to it. It's protected. Another feature that complements this fault injection service, but it's useful in many other scenarios, helps you simulate stress tests or perform stress tests. You can specify the parameters of the test. You can go, in this example on the screen, you have 60 ops per second, 70% read-write spread, and you can just execute the test. This test will test your actual clusters and will give you convenient information of how those clusters perform during the test. And this is very useful when you want to size a cluster. If you think specific cluster will be too big or too small for your needs, you can create one, test it for a while, and then you can upgrade it or downgrade it in order to get the right match for your cluster. It's for your need. It's important that this is simulated load, and it might not be 100% to what you experience in the real life simulation situation. But it's still a very good way to size your clusters. Another application that we are going to provide to our customers in this year is WebSQL Shell. It's a shell application that you can use from the comfort of your browser. It is secure. It accesses all the clusters under encryption and with the permissions that you have on the portal. So it's a convenient way. In many situations, it's better than using a laptop, because on the laptop you leave some credentials, and here it's not. It helps to adhere to customer corporate security policies. And even with very strong restrictions, you can just disable this application.
So to summarize 2024 enhancements, we've made key improvements in security, performance, and flexibility. In security, we introduced end-to-end database encryption and expanded compliance certifications. For performance, we reduced network costs by up to 3 times with ZSTD compression. We've improved storage utilization and cut boot times by 60%, with scaling up to 40% faster in the latest ScyllaDB version. On the flexibility side, we added support for Google Cloud and AWS Bring Your Own Account, improved network configurations by offering shared networking capabilities, and introduced a usage dashboard for real-time and historical insights. To summarize 2025 ongoing efforts, we're focusing on making ScyllaDB Cloud more scalable, flexible, and secure while introducing new deployment and billing options. A major advancement is ScyllaDB X Cloud, enabling on-demand automated scaling to adjust clusters dynamically, reducing operational overhead. We're enhancing billing flexibility by offering on-demand flex credits and reserved pricing, along with improved contract management for easy assignment across clusters. And for security, we're expanding support for Private Link and Private Service Connect, and introducing a web shell for secure management and troubleshooting. Deployment options are expanding with Microsoft Azure support and single zone deployments for cost-conscious workloads. New add-on services include a fault injection service for resilience testing, a stress test tool, and the previously mentioned web shell for interactive database management. So all of these updates will strengthen ScyllaDB Cloud, ensuring it becomes an even more powerful solution for your high-performance and data-intensive applications at scale.
And that wraps up our presentation. Thank you all for your time and for joining us today. If you have any further questions, we would love to hear them. Here are our contacts. Feel free to reach out to us directly. Thank you.